Hello! Welcome back, Salethia Thomas. I hope that you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving. Today is Thanksgiving. I actually planned on trying to record before Thanksgiving started, but it didn't end up happening, and that's okay. It's all good. In this video, I would like to vlog the decorating around the house, and also wanted to do a crafting check-in, and then we'll probably sprinkle in some book talk, some book chat as well. It's just, kind of one of those days where I can just do this and get it done, and so I'm totally doing it. So a couple of things I wanted to mention really fast. I went to Anthropologie the other day, and I rarely make, the trip over to the really nice neighborhoods in our town, in our metro area. And this is Leawood, Kansas. It's a little rich area, but they have all the stores, and it's nice. And so I went to Anthropologie over there, and I found this on clearance. So I was super happy to get this little orange mug that they had this year. I think it's just adorable. And I think they also had this I know they had it in a blue because they still had the blue ones, but I want to say they also had it in another color, maybe like a cream white color, excuse me, or maybe another color. I can't remember exactly, but I thought it was really great. It was only $9, so it sold me. It was great. And then the other thing I got there, which was actually the real reason I wanted to go over there, was a Christmas mug, because I don't have any Christmas mugs. And I just think this one is just absolutely adorable. It's an iridescent green. And so I just saw that and I was like, oh, I've got to have it. It's so pretty. They also have it in an iridescent white, but the green really stood out to me. So that's why I picked it up. So that was kind of just a little haul really quick. But now we'll get on to my decorating. I have a list of things I have to do around the house. So the very first thing I did was clean, from top to bottom clean. The entire house yesterday. You can ask my kids. They were part of that. We had to clean their rooms too. So one of the things I got was real garland from Costco. And so I got 2 of those bundles. And I'm hoping 2 bundles will do both mantles in my house. I'm going to make a wreath out of the leftovers, and it'll be on one of those, I forget what they're called, grapevine. I will use the rest on a grapevine leaf and hopefully be able to make kind of a nice wreath to put on the door with that. Then I've got to drag out the tree. So the tree is actually going up on Friday, today being Thursday, and cooking and all of that in a little while. So then ornaments, the tree. My kids want to do a very colorful theme this year, so we're doing rainbow, which translates to me as all colors. So we're going to put the color lights and everything. I'm usually not a color lights girl. I prefer the white lights myself. But I'm going to do it for them because they want to do the color lights. So I'll need a gold ribbon for that, and then all of the colorful ornaments. So I'm going to get like all the most colorful stuff that I've got and get that out. And that's pretty much it for decorating for at least today and tomorrow. So probably tomorrow is going to be the tree and the ornaments for sure. Part of tonight is probably going to be me actually getting up into the attic and getting all of the stuff out. But the actual decorating will occur tomorrow. And then at some point in this, kind of here and there, a check-in on how I'm doing on my stocking, which is coming along. It's coming along really nicely. I've gotten very far on it, so I'm happy with that. And hopefully I will be done with that within a week or so. I think it's totally doable. I just have to really sit down and do it. And all the while I'm doing all of this, I'm listening to Dragonwyck. You can listen to it on YouTube. There is a version of it. It is not a very good version, though, because there's some kind of noise in the background. It's like a white noise. It's a buzzing, something going on there. A little bit annoying, but I usually can just tune it out and I'm fine. But the lady who's reading it's actually quite good. So I'm listening to that while I'm doing all this stuff and I'm enjoying it so far. Gosh, I love a Gothic novel. And I love all the tropey stuff that goes on in Gothic novels, how they start. It's really cute. I love it. It's a great novel so far. So, yeah, that's it for right now. And I will see you all as we go along here. Bye for now. Good morning. It is, excuse me. It is Friday morning. It is Black Friday today. And I thought I'd just check in really quick with you. We did a bunch of decorating in between like the cooking and stuff yesterday. So I got a lot of the foundational stuff done, which I'm happy with. All of that. I got my plates done. I filmed a bit of that as well. So I hope you all enjoy that. One thing I wanted to note really quick, I did not think that this Christmas cactus was doing very well at all. But I've been trying to pamper it along, but it is getting ready to like bloom hardcore. So I'm surprised and I'm very happy. This one is just about there. So very, very happy with that. I will probably put the Christmas cactus on display somewhere. So I also said I would check in with my crafting, and this is how far I have gotten on my stocking, and I've almost got the entire center motif finished. So once that's done, really it's just doing the little bits and bobs on the sides, and then just a little bit of flower motifs on the bottom. There's some on the top, and I think that there's a couple like running along the sides. So those should actually, looking at the finished picture of it, I feel like those will come together pretty quickly. So I will probably be working on that in between the rest of the decorating I'm doing today, kind of when I need to sit down and take a break. So the big things today are the tree and the ornaments. And the tree is actually going to go right where this table is sitting. So I have to take the table apart and put it away because I don't want the table out this year. Last year I just drug it to the other corner, but I have something there that I want to keep there and keep nice over there. So I need to take the complete table apart and store it for the moment. So that shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. But yeah, that is where we are so far. I'm going to pick up the camera and do a quick little tour here in just a minute. So we'll see you all in just a little bit. Bye. Okay, we got so busy that I couldn't actually film the foundational stuff, but this is mostly done. I do have a bit of cleaning up to do today. So this is mostly the finished look, but just kind of ignore some of the plastic pieces and bits. So this is one mantle I have. It's not actually a fireplace mantle. It's just a random mantle we have where a fireplace could go. And I've decided to do nutcrackers all up there. So I went with the live garland this year, which I don't know if it was the best idea in the world, but it definitely looks nice, I think. And then I had a bunch of little nutcracker ornaments. So I hung those up with some other colorful ornaments. And I've got an extra couple of nutcrackers just kind of sitting out here right now. I don't know if those guys will end up moving up to another place or what yet. I just haven't totally decided. So this is kind of almost the final product of this area. Yeah. And this is in our sunroom. Okay. I just threw this guy up there. This is a really big, huge cupboard that I've got that holds just a ton of stuff in it. But that's the whole thing. I mean, it is gigantic and it's very deep. So I've put that up there for now. This is above the kitchen sink. I think it looks really nice, pretty simple like that, but I might add a few more things to it just to make it a bit more loud. I'm not sure yet though, but I kind of like the simplicity of this. Let me know what you think. And then this is my other mantle. I'm leaving the painting up this year. I just thought it would look nice. Again, the live greenery, those little trees that I kind of keep up all year long. I put ceramic Santa Clauses up here and a couple of other ceramic ornaments that I get. There is a gal named Irma Starr who makes these these ornaments specifically, and she does different places on the Country Club Plaza. She's done different like Kansas City places. She's done a Union Station one, which is really pretty, and I have that somewhere around. I actually missing an entire box, I feel like, of stuff that I just haven't found yet, and that includes our stockings, especially my husband's stocking and my son's stocking. I have not found it yet, and it's freaking me out a little bit. So I'm really hoping that I will find it soon. I don't know if that'll focus. So I have a couple of those and some more kind of ceramic Santas. These ceramic Santas came from somewhere in the Scandinavian countries. I'm not sure where, but they are from Europe. I did not collect them, but my mother-in-law sure did. And there's another Plaza Tower. And then these were some vintagey looking postcards that, you know, had a bunch of sparkles put on them. So I thought those were really cute. And then these were some just kind of vintage ornaments I've got around. So yeah, I think this mantle looks super good. And then I did have my daughter's stocking around, so I went ahead and hung it up. But yeah, I will get that stocking, and I'm still working on my stocking, so hopefully I'll get my stocking done soon and put it up there. And the lighting, I apologize, is super bad right now for this because the light's coming right into the house. But this is the tree so far. I'm back again. In the last clip, I mentioned that I wasn't quite done decorating yet, which I'm not. And I'm probably not going to be for a little while, but I wanted to go ahead and wrap up this video. So I hope that you all have enjoyed so far. Really fast, I stopped by Barnes & Noble after the Black Friday rush, and I decided I would pick up the Hurricane Wars by Thea Guanzong. I think that's right, Guanzong. And it sounds really interesting. I got this Barnes & Noble edition because I thought it looked pretty. And frankly, it was the map that sold me. Look at that. It's a color map. I don't ever see color maps in books. It's so cute. There's nothing really on the cover itself. That's pretty nice. But, I mean, the map is really cute. I had to admit that. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm picking you up for sure. And then, oh, it's on both the end papers, it looks like. They have the map. So, very happy about that. The Waterstones edition of this book is really pretty. I must admit, they have the whole sprayed edges thing going on. And then I think they block colored the top and bottom, but the Waterstones edition is really cool. I like the idea, the premise of this book, two opposing light and dark forces against each other, and then these opposing, like the best ones on the opposing sides end up falling in love with each other. So hopefully it's really cool. And this art style, this reminds me an awful lot like the Final Fantasy VI art book, Yoshitaka Amano, which I have collected a book of the works of Yoshitaka Amano and all of his Final Fantasy drawings, which he's one of my favorite artists. So when I saw this cover, I was like, oh, that's very Amano-esque. I think I need to have this. But I'm hoping it'll be really good. I've heard mixed things. The Goodreads reviews did not bode well, but I don't often agree with Goodreads, so hopefully it lives up to my expectations, or actually I don't really have expectations. Hopefully it's really good and I enjoy it. So while I was decorating, I also was listening to books. I ended up finishing Dragonwyck. It was good, really good. I enjoyed all of the tropes that were in it. It's a gothic novel. It was written by Anya Seton, and I believe it was like the 1950s that this one was written. It was written in 1944, so it isn't like a classic Gothic novel, but it is a Gothic novel and it's really good. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Really fun, very tropey. If you're into the Gothic tropes, you will love this book. And if you love anything Gothic, of course you'll love it. Why not? It's just a fabulous book. Very beautifully written. Enjoy it a lot. I'm pretty much going to try and read a lot more Anya Seton from now on. I think that's how you say her name, right? Yeah. Philippa Gregory did a lot of the forewords for Anya Seton's books. So also, if you like anything Philippa Gregory has written, you're probably going to enjoy Anya Seton's books as well. So there you go. That one was really good. I also finished Orlando because I was listening to it on audiobook as well. Oh my gosh, Orlando. So beautiful. You get lost in the words. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like you're just swimming in a sea of beautiful prose. That is Orlando. And the story itself, I mean, it's a pretty good story. It kind of wanders around a little bit because Orlando starts off as a man in like the 15th century when Elizabeth I was in power. And then it ends when Victoria is in power, I believe, and maybe even after that. I think it's probably after that. But starts off as a man, mysteriously magically changes into a woman, and then he experiences a long period of time as a woman. So I don't know if it's like half of the total of this person's lifespan. They have been both a man and a woman. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Really explored the differences between the genders, the differences that, this person experienced after changing, the legal problems it caused, his offspring, because when he was a man, he, fathered some children, so there were legal complications in that, becoming a woman, and it's easier in the Victorian / later era to be married and settle down and just to be a married woman. Well, funnily enough, she marries a man who travels all the time and is constantly sailing around in the south past Cape Horn, down there in Africa. So, never sees her husband practically, which is kind of funny. So it gets some independence in that regard by being married, whereas before they had independence just by being a man. And talking about those differences was pretty interesting. So if you're into gender differences at all, like maybe gender studies even, I would definitely read Orlando. It's got some stuff to really think about in there. Virginia Woolf was a woman of her time. She was a lesbian as well, had a girlfriend that she basically wrote this as a love letter to, and it's a very interesting look at some of the themes that I believe she and women like her at that time were really tackling and really trying to make sense of for them. So it's just really, really cool, really interesting. It's just beautifully written. Absolutely beautifully written. I think I'm going to be trying to hunt down a physical copy of that book so I can add it to my trophy book collection above me, and just enjoy having that around, so I can go back to it and really highlight and underline and make notes, because there's just a lot of profound stuff in that book. So good. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so I'm going to quit gushing about Orlando. After I got done with that, I also started listening to An Old-Fashioned Girl by Louisa May Alcott. And I basically just wanted to try something other than Little Women for this time of year and to get all kind of those cozy vibes going on. And it's pretty good so far. I am enjoying it. I haven't gotten very far in it yet, though, so I can't really form an opinion yet based on where I am. But so far, so good. I'm enjoying it. It's very cozy. Talks about, all the wonderful cozy things, exactly the same like Little Women, food, the atmosphere, talking about things going on around them in their home, that kind of thing. So very cozy, and I'm really looking forward to that. And then the other book I'm kind of listening to, and I need to finish it up because I'm like 70% through it anyway, is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. It is a smutty adult fantasy romance book, and it's pretty good. The first book was a trial book, and I didn't like it so much, and that was called The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I didn't like it so much, but I liked the characters. The plot is just whatever. I don't really like trial books, I think. I think it's kind of overused a little bit. It can be used, and it can be used well, but I just don't think dedicating an entire book to it is necessarily good. Anyway, this one, the characters kind of know each other a little better. They're kind of in their honeymoon phase. They're trying to figure things out, and it's a bit more smutty. It's definitely more spicy than the last one. And so I need to go ahead and just finish that one up. It's okay. It's not blowing my socks off. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is the best fantasy romance ever. I have to tell everybody about it. It's okay. It does the job. It does the job. It's pretty decent, and it does the job. And I'm enjoying it just for that purpose. And I will finish it way better. Way better than one other fantasy romance book that I read this year. And I'm trying to remember the name of it. And it was so bad that I think that's the reason why I don't remember it. It's because it was so terrible. The Shadows Between Us. Oh my gosh. This book... it's way better than The Shadows Between Us, that's for sure. The Shadows Between Us is terrible. If I could have given that no stars, I would have given it no stars. I don't even know why I finished that book. It was so bad. Maybe it was free on... no, it wasn't free on Audible. I wasted a credit on that book. Oh my god, what was I doing? Anyway, yeah, it's way better than that one, but it's not like 5-star material at all. It's not even 4-star material. It's like 3.5-star material. Maybe 3-star material. I don't know. But I'll finish it. It's okay. It is okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to mention really quick book-wise. I think that's it for right now. And then physically, I'm reading Icefields, and it's good. It's very good. I've been trying to read that before I go to bed at night. And then I've also been reading Wolf Hall. So it's really either I pick up Icefields or I pick up Wolf Hall before I go to bed. I love Wolf Hall, though. It's so dark and dreary, and this is just the darkest, dreary time of year, and it gets dark so early right now. It's just perfect for that. You just feel like you're there. You feel like you're in the age of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, and you're scraping by in London. Yeah, in these just dark and dreary homes with hardly any windows, that kind of thing. And people are just dying all the time of like the Black Death or, whatever plague is coming through for the winter and the summer and whatnot. Everyone's just dying all the time, and you never know what's going to happen, and everyone just believes in an afterlife, and there's a struggle in the church going on. The king isn't happy, and so the rest of the country isn't happy because the king isn't happy, and the king is doing all of these things that the people don't agree with, and just blah blah blah. And it's intense and dreary. It's intense and dreary, I'll say that. It's really good. So anyway, those are my updates as far as books go. Another thing that came in the mail, and I am so happy because this is going to be a tradition from now on, because I'm a tea drinker, love tea, and this is the best time to try out different teas. So I got the Fortnum & Mason. This is the $35, which I think is... it was either $35 or it was in pounds, British pounds. I don't remember exactly, but I could get it off of Amazon. So I went ahead and got it. If you get it through Fortnum & Mason's website, I think it takes longer to get here, and it probably costs a little bit more on there. They also have a version on their website that comes with a wooden box, and it's a wooden advent calendar, which I really do want to get eventually, but I didn't want to pony up for the over 100 British pounds, which would nearly be $200 in American money, the American dollar. I picked this one up because I wanted to try Fortnum & Mason's teas because I have not yet. And it comes with a whole variety. It opens up into this lovely little book almost. And then each of these, as you know, if you know how an advent calendar works, each of these is a little door that you push open. Last year I filmed in shorts every day of opening the advent calendar. I did the T-Forte advent calendar last year. So I look forward to doing this advent calendar this year. I'm envisioning, kind of opening the front of it for every video, going to the number, popping it open, and then showing what tea it is. That is the vision. So hopefully it will be really good. There's some in here I have never heard of, like the Assam TGFOP. I have no idea what that is. They have your breakfast blends. They have a plum, apple, and cinnamon infusion that sounds delightful. They have lots of Christmas-themed ones, a jade oolong, apricot honey, and lavender infusion. That sounds delicious. I can't wait for that. The Countess Grey, which I have never had a Countess Grey. I've also never had Victoria Grey before. Had tons of Earl Greys in my life. I love a good Earl Grey. Let's see here. Chamomile and bee pollen infusion. That sounds all right. They have a chai, a gunpowder green, ginger and Sicilian lemon. Ooh, that sounds delicious, especially right now with my throat. And then a rose pouchong. I think that's how you say pouchong. Sounds so good. Rose pouchong. The scenting process is with the roses. Perfectly balanced with dark chocolate and caramel sweetness at the tea base. That sounds delicious. So I'm totally looking forward to this. So happy. So happy I got it. So anyway, my Thanksgiving was great. I hope your Thanksgiving was really good. I worked on my crafting a whole bunch over, especially Thanksgiving Day, in between the decorating and then the day after. I had a good solid couple of hours where I was really plugging away at it. So I have gotten pretty far along on it. In fact, let me go grab it really, really fast. And I'll show you how far along I am. Oh, it always never seems to fail. I end up having to get up and go get something because I forget that I want to talk about it. Or I start talking about it and I realize, oh, it's not over here. Shit. So anyway, yes, here is the progress I have made so far. I think it looks beautiful. I'm so happy with it. And I can't wait to get it completely finished because it will look so good. Oh, yeah, I can't wait. So I'm almost completely done with the rose motif. I just have to fill in a couple more green spots, it looks like, yeah. And then a couple of little red dots, and it's all good to go. So anyway, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving too, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.